What's up, y'all? It's your boy TGK, and today is the first time I felt beyond vindicated with my entire journey with trying to get Nico Harrison fired. Hearing what Dirk Nowitzki said today just proved everything and all the feelings and everything that we have had. Dirk shared exactly that with us. We're about to get into that, show you his clip, share my perspective after that. Enough of the fluff. Go ahead and let's get to the stuff. So yeah, man, Dirk on the Amazon Prime show today, he was asked about the firing of Nico Harrison. And with his response, bro, there's been many responses. There's been many takes on this whole saga of of Nico Harrison getting fired. And Dirk so eloquently, so beautifully, honestly, and empathetically found a way to hit on all the chords as far as how the Mavs fans felt. Like myself, I honestly felt like that message that he said was towards the fan that I was. One that was jaded, dejected, upset, frustrated, felt unheard. Dirk was empathetic. Dirk also said things that I've been saying. Dirk was against the move on crowd. I hated the freaking move on crowd. And there's some of the creators that were on here pushing that move on agenda. And it pissed me off to no end because it feels like you were supporting the trade, right? At no moment did I ever feel like we should have ever been like, let's move on. Let's support that team. No, at no moment. And what I'm about to show you supports what I just said, but it also supports that entire feeling that I had. And I'm glad that Dirk shared that same feeling too. So enough of the fluff. Let's get straight to the stuff, man. I'm going to set this up, turn the music off, and let's play this clip.
We are going to turn our attention to Dallas, where the Mavericks fired general manager Nico Harrison on Tuesday. Now, Harrison had been under intense scrutiny since he shockingly traded Luka Dončić to the Lakers in February, less than a year after the superstar led the Mavs to an NBA Finals appearance. Now, as Blake alluded to, Dirk, you are a Mavs legend. I know that your phone has been blowing up. Why did this move have to happen?
Well, I think there's just too many distractions, too much going on to keep going this way. This move should have probably happened this summer, honestly. I didn't want this negative energy and this black cloud over the Cooper Flag era, but here we are now. I just knew, I figured this fan base is a passionate and loyal fan base. I was lucky enough to experience it for 21 years. And I knew they weren't just get over it, as people say, or forget about it. They're extremely passionate, and this trade just made no sense. It made no sense to them, and really there was no explanation for it either. You know, you go to the finals the year before. You gave up all these assets to build really the team around Luka with some 6'9" wings that all can switch and guard for him. You had two lob threats with Gafford and Lively, and the team was built around him. You added Clay, which the shooting was a little bit of an issue in the finals against Boston. So you did all this. They started the following season well. Going into Christmas Day game, they were 14-3 out of the last 17 games. So they're just starting to hit their stride, and then Luka gets hurt, and unfortunately that's the last game he's ever played in the Mavs uniform. So it was very sad. It was very sad how that ended, and it felt like the fans feel like they got robbed of actually seeing the end, seeing this through, seeing Luka develop into hopefully a champion one day, and it feels like they never got to see the end to this. So this was very heartbreaking, and but now it's I think it's time to move on. It's time to move on now. Focus on this team, on this franchise. This definitely set the franchise back. But now it's about building it back up. And obviously this team is struggling a bit. It needs to support all they can get. So hopefully we can have a good year here from now on and cheer the team up.
Absolutely. Well, Nico Harrison was the GM of the Mavs for just over 4 seasons, and now we usher in something new.
Man, oh man. Few things, right? The whole perspective that the move on crowd, I'm glad he touched on that because there was a big pocket of us on the internet. I'm pretty sure on Reddit and everywhere else, but on Twitter specifically, there was a huge, I would say, like pocket of people always saying, "Oh, y'all just need to go ahead and move on," right? From creators to Twitter pages to any other fans or stands on this team, they were telling us to move on. It pissed me off to no end because again, it just proves that people didn't really understand or rationalize what fans like myself were going through, and I'm glad that Dirk, being the our greatest player that has ever played this on this team, illustrated that. He shared that. He felt that that wasn't the way to go about it. And then his idea that we should have fired Nico during the offseason, that's another thing that I was saying. I was like, that's what we need to do. We need to go ahead and usher in the new era. And I was just really happy with the way he responded to it. I think he did a fantastic job capturing everything, talking about how they built this team around Luka, then you just suddenly traded him. Everything that he did in just this short message was like roughly 3 minutes. I thought he knocked it out the park. And I thought he was able to capture every kind of emotion and perspective that we all had in that short little window that he had. And I thought he did a great job. And I think a lot of people felt the same way. I think he was just able to piece it all together. And I do agree. I do think now that we fired Nico Harrison, I do think now is the time to move on. And the time to move on is to move on and build with Cooper Flag. And I do agree with that. I think that is the right thing to do now. Us fans, we were heard, finally. Not that Patrick Dumont gets credit for it, but finally we were heard. And hopefully they could continue building on these stepping stones to improve the relations with the fans, because the fans do fucking matter at the end of the damn day. And the fact that this team for so long went on for 9 months of just disregarding the fans pissed me off to no end. And I think ultimately that's what we were fighting for, because we've always fought for that as Mavs fans for life. And Dirk knows it. Dirk knows how passionate this fan base is. He feels it. He lives here. He calls himself a Texan, man. Like, he knows what it's like here. And so I thought it was great to see. And for those that are against Dirk on this ain't for you, buddy. That argument you had, the move on crowd, all this BS, not it for you, buddy. This ain't it, man. This ain't it. Anyway, man, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Let me know what you think of Dirk's take here. How did it resonate with you? How did you feel about it? Or whether you disagree with it, and why do you disagree with it? Let me know all that and more in the comments, man. Appreciate y'all watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Been your boy TGK. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. We out.